Episode 43 Closed Doors. Hey, how can Jayesh decide to have another party now at the last minute? Didn't he know I had organized a party for Dhvaj at Leela's and I was going to pick him up straight from school? Oh, this man is mad. He wants to fight with me over everything. Aashna, listen, if Papa calls, tell him that I won't change my program. Aashna didn't know what to do now. Dad had called an hour ago saying that he had arranged Dhwaj's birthday party. When Aashna reminded him of Mom's party, he angrily replied, to kya hua? Dadaji asked me to organize it. How could I say a no to him? You call up your mom and tell her कि ध्वज का बर्थडे तो घर पे ही सेलिब्रेट होगा. She can have her party tomorrow. Aashna knew that Dhwaj's birthday will end up becoming the cause of a major fight between mom and dad yet again. And it did. In fact, they fought publicly outside the school gate. Sister Rita had to interfere and ask them not to make a tamasha there. Mom was adamant and took Dhwaj with her. She had moreover come with Radhika Masi and Ravi Mama. Dad could only shout out loudly, "Tum sab gangsters ho, gangsters." It had been like this ever since Aashna remembered. Mom and Dad would fight over things like who will take Aashna to school if she missed the school bus, who will take her for her activity classes, why Mom didn't cook properly, Dad's objections to presenting expensive gifts to Radhika Masi and Ravi Mama. Oh, the list was never ending. Sometimes Aashna wondered that amidst so much of disagreement and discord, why did her parents decide to bring another child into this world? The poor kid hardly had some good memories of childhood. The rest of them were all bad and pathetic. Jayesh had a business of chemicals, whereas Ratna was a banker. The two met at a common friend's wedding and had fallen in love instantly. Going against the wishes of their families, they married. But within a year realized it was a bad choice at both ends. Jayesh was, in Ratna's words, lazy and inconsistent. Lack of commitment and Dadaji's health issues made his business very unprofitable. Ratna found it difficult to balance work, home, child, and the finances. Her frustration would hit the roof when, in the evenings after coming home, she would find Aashna still in the school uniform, homework all undone, and Jayesh simply having a smoke with his friends. At such times, Jayesh and Ratna's fights could be heard by the neighbors also. Aashna knew no one will help her in completing her homework, and she dreaded being thrown out of the class by Lata teacher the next day. One day, Aashna was pushed by a boy in the apartment, and she got a little injured. That night, everyone shouted at Ratna that she was an irresponsible mother. But Ratna shouted back at them, "How dare you blame me for this? I don't stay home the entire day like you three do. I work. In fact, I have to work, or else how will you all people eat? What do Ma and Papaji do the whole day? And Jayesh, she is your daughter too. तुम उसका ध्यान क्यों नहीं रखते हो?" As usual, the argument turned violent, with glasses breaking and slaps and counter slaps. The screams, the insults, the breaking of cups and glasses would scare Aashna so much that she would run to the dark storeroom besides the kitchen and sit there in the corner, trembling from head to foot. And then rumors about Ratna's affair with Joginder spread everywhere, making Jayesh furious. And instead of focusing on his business, Jayesh now spent most of his time in loitering around Ratna's office in a bid to catch her red-handed with Joginder. His business continued to suffer and his financial condition deteriorated further. When Ratna received a call from Dhwaj's school saying that they will cancel his admission due to non-payment of fees, it was like removing the last straw from the nest. One evening, the children were waiting for Ratna to come home and feed them, but she just did not turn up. Around midnight, when Dadaji called up Ravi Mama, he replied angrily, "Ab court mein hi milenge." Somehow, Aashna was very happy that she and Dhvaj will now get free of the daily screaming, the fights, the angry outbursts, and of course the violence. Aashna began to dream about Nanaji's beautiful and spacious house and how they would go out for ice creams with Ravi Mama in his car. Because अब तो एक ही घर में रहेंगे ना. But if all the dreams of children were to come true, then wouldn't this world become one long celebration, a non-stop party? Aashna was jolted and then deeply shocked when Mom refused to take custody of her children. The court gave Dhwaj's custody to Ratna as he was just 5. But Ratna refused on the grounds that she was mentally not very stable to take care of either of her children. However, she was ready to pay their school fees. Unknowingly, Jayesh had facilitated Ratna's case because he had hired a private detective who found lot of evidence, chats, photographs, and even videos of Ratna and Joginder, which proved her as characterless and irresponsible. For the first time, Aashna thought as if the entire world was closing in on her. She felt so suffocated, angry, helpless. The brother-sister duo remained so lost and bewildered at the turn of events that there were times when Aashna thought that the furious fights and the daily tamasha of screaming and breaking glasses, that was better. With punctured egos and deflated self-esteem, Jayesh and Ratna separated, desperate to prove how the other was totally irresponsible in bringing up the children. But ironically, none of them bothered to find out how pained, lonely and neglected Aashna and Dhvaj felt. Their scores fell, as did their participation in sports and other activities. In their attempt to play the victim card, Ratna and Jayesh fought publicly, trying to tell everyone how much they cared for the children. But did they care at all? In retaliation to Ratna's affair and subsequent marriage to Joginder, Jayesh took to drinking and womanizing. The money situation was so bad that at first Aashna's activity classes and then her tuitions had to be stopped. Ratna paid their school fees, but when Aashna requested money for maths and science tuitions, Ratna promptly replied, "अपने बाप को बोलो, उसका कोई फर्ज है या नहीं?" Jayesh also refused the money and in fact shouted back at Aashna, "Joginder से शादी करने के पैसे हैं उसके पास, but she has no time and money to support her own children. What kind of a mother is she? That's why I tell both of you कि मत जाओ उससे मिलने. But both of you never listen to me. To celebrate Dhwaj's birthday at Leela, she had money. वहां पे सबके सामने नुमाइश जो करनी थी. Bloody show off. What a useless mother. But both of you, you will still go and meet her. साले तुम दोनों ही nonsense हो. After all, you have taken after your mother only." Aashna stepped out into the balcony. She was feeling very suffocated. A reasonably good student, for Aashna, maths had always proved to be the Achilles heel. She wanted to study hard, get into a good college, get a good job, and become independent. If only she could tackle maths properly. Aashna had today secretly messaged to mom that she wanted to meet her. She thought that if she met mom and begged for maths tuition money, mom will definitely agree. Adolescence fills us with a strange kind of hope, a positivity that refuses to see any obstacle or hurdle in the way. Aashna was also hopeful that everything will fall in place. दादाजी always said, ऊपर वाला सब कुछ देखता है. तो वो आशना को भी तो देख रहा होगा ना, ध्वज को भी. I'm sure. And Aashna gazed at the shining stars with such a smile on her face. Oh, it was mom's voice message. Aashna baby, मिलना तो पॉसिबल नहीं है. Joginder doesn't like you or Dhvaj coming over, especially after how your dad behaved last Diwali. And last quarter of financial year है बैंक में, so I'm also very busy. Hope your 10th preps are going on fine. We will meet at Nanaji's house after your boards. Till then I'll convince Joginder to allow us to go for a small trip. ठीक है? All the best, baby. Take care. Bye. Aashna looked up at the sky once again. But this time her gaze rested not on the twinkling stars, but at the dark spaces in between. It seemed that for now, once again, Upar Wala had closed his doors.